There is power in personal stories. It connects us, it empowers us, and it holds us accountable. It creates understanding and expands our perspective. This is Big in the Community with Jonathan James at the Kalamazoo Promise, a podcast aimed to highlight local leaders, collaborators, and innovators in the greater Kalamazoo community. All right, welcome back to Big in the Community. We are here with an amazing guest, Sarah Wrubel, Chief Operating Officer and owner at Continental Linen Services, or CLS. Welcome.
Welcome.
I'm glad you're here.
I welcome myself.
We're gonna have a silly time today. I can already tell. I'm gonna try and be serious for one more second and give us the quote. Legacy is not leaving something for people, it's leaving something in people. And that's Peter Stropel. I think he had a big business. I looked him up right before the show. It was a good quote about legacy, but we're here to talk about you and your organization that's been around for 125 years.
This year is 126. Just passed.
That's wild.
Insane.
So can you share a little bit about CLS and what it means to be part of that?
Sure. Well, thank you for having me today. I'm very honored. So we were founded in 1899 right here downtown Kalamazoo off of Eleanor Street. Before the roads were even paved, we've been in business here in Kalamazoo.
Wow.
So it's a big, you started the quote with legacy. That's something that I feel like I'm a part of my family's legacy, being a third generation owner. And my daughter's in the business now at fourth generation.
Wow.
So for us to be in the Kalamazoo community for 126 years, still being family owned, is a huge accomplishment, something we're very, very proud of. We talk about our team members being our family members. We, in fact, have a tree on the wall. Everybody writes their name on a leaf, goes on the wall. It's not just a symbol of, it is a symbol of our family tree. It takes all the people from producing the product to delivering the product to bringing it to all of our locations, because we have 7 throughout the state of Michigan, to make our business successful and then to impact the community and everything that we do. So it means a lot. It's been in my family since the 60s. And I basically was raised in the business. And it's a huge part of my family and the legacy that I can leave behind for my kids and hopefully for their kids for years and years to come.
I don't know anybody has been involved with the business that long or has had a business in their, like, is family owned.
Yes.
And when did Kalamazoo start?
No idea. And our business started with personal laundry. People didn't have washers and dryers back then. So we would pick up their personal laundry, their dresses, their dress shirts, and that's how we started our business. And as the industry developed here in town, washers and dryers started to become a staple in people's homes. We had to shift and start to wash people's uniforms and have other products that we could introduce. So we've really been able to morph into who we are today just with the community as the community started to develop. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, that you even touched on, like, how does a business stay relevant through change?
Yes.
And you guys were able to do that.
100%. We do it every day.
I Googled Kalamazoo. It was founded in 1831.
Oh, a few more years before we were founded. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I'm learning stuff right now. I'm taking notes, and it's all coming together.
It's a puzzle.
Yeah. It is connected.
Well, and that's one thing that I take so much pride in, seeing through my daughter's eyes. She's still new. I've been doing it for 30 years. And just seeing how excited she gets about, we affect every industry, from a school to an office building to doctors to a business like this, to food and beverage, to hotels and restaurants. We are the silent partner so they can run their business as well. Not worry about the towels and the uniforms and the tablecloths and the floor mats and the bathroom products. We bring all that. Come through the back door, stock the shelf, make sure they have what they need, and walk out the back door. Mm-hmm. We don't get the credit. They do. Mm-hmm. They have other things to worry about, like cooking good food and, you know, treating that cancer patient, or, you know, it might be mom's last Mother's Day. She gets to have nice table linen and, you know, napkin on her lap. So for me to see the industry through my daughter's eyes right now is really gives me a lot of pride, being in the family business for so long and seeing how excited she is about. She goes up north. She's like, I didn't know we served, was it Wienerlicious, the place with the big hot dog on the right by the. She was so excited that was our customer, and all the way up there.
Yeah.
And so it's just really neat to see the next generation just getting really excited about it. So it's cool.
It's one of those things that, like, we don't necessarily think about, like, oh, where are we getting these things from? It's kind of like when you wake up and you turn on the shower and, like, there's water there.
Yeah.
Like, somebody's job is to make sure you got water. But it is very essential, and one of those things that you kind of take for granted. So, like, when you said you could be on the podcast, I was kind of excited, because I was like, this has been around since, like, almost the start of Kalamazoo. We need to talk about it.
Right. I know. I just had Riley from, I forget what his title is, but from Southwest Michigan First. He came out yesterday. Mm-hmm. And we've been working with them for a long time. You know, how can we get better tax breaks, or how can we qualify for grants? How can we, our water is terrible here in Kalamazoo, especially where we're located. We wash white things. And when our water comes in with iron, we have to clean the water before we use the water. And then we have to clean it again before it goes down into the wastewater system. So we're, you know, using the water 3 different times, or cleaning it twice and using it once, you know what I mean? And so it's nice to be able to partner with them so they know our struggles, and as they've worked with us for many years. So they've helped us through a lot of things over the years. So it's really great to be part of a community where they're looking towards the future and to continue to grow this area, and not just grow in jobs. That's one thing I talk to him about a lot. We maintain jobs. Just being here for that many years, maintaining 130 jobs here in Kalamazoo, we have 250 company-wide. That is something I feel like sometimes doesn't get focused on.
Yeah.
Like the businesses that are here and that continue to be here to support 130 families here in Kalamazoo. That's how I look at my team members. We're only successful because they're successful, and we're providing for their families. So that's something that I talk about a lot with the community leaders, is let's talk more about how we can maintain jobs as well.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we talked about CLS a little bit. Can we talk about you for a second?
I suppose.
Specifically, like your academic journey, your career journey.
Sure. And
what experiences led you to take on, like, such a significant leadership position at CLS?
Okay. Well, being in a family business, you sometimes don't have a choice. And my dad would bring stuff home for me to do in the garage. I do sewing projects. I'd sort hangers. We still sort and recycle hangers today. I did that when I was 10, 12 years old. Child labor laws don't apply in a family business, and I don't think I was paid. But it taught me a good work ethic at a very, very young age. And I feel like I'm the person I am today because my dad did that. And so I did side jobs like that all the way through high school. I attended WMU right here in town. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Yeah. And probably my sophomore year, my dad came home one day and said, the HR lady says she needs an assistant, you know, someone to type job descriptions and I don't know, whatever. Do you want to come in a couple hours a week? I'm like, sure. I don't even know what HR is, you know. And that's when I really was introduced to the business, and it was through human resources. And when I started, we had 80 people, and now we're up to 250. So as I developed under that HR manager, I realized I kind of like HR. You know, people are cool. There's a good variety. I was part of every part of the business that way. And so that's what I got my degree in through the Hayworth College of Business. I just got an award last fall for outstanding alumni of the College of Management. I think that's how you say it. And so I obtained my bachelor's degree and then went full-time into the business at that point. And so the first 25 years, I was only in human resources. And still love it to this day. Building the culture of our company was something that I was very passionate about. And over the years then, my dad is getting older and wanted to, cut back, start to retire.
Mm-hmm.
Took them 8 years, I think, to retire.
Wow.
It's kind of hard when you're in a family business just to say, I'm retired, bye, turn off the light and never look back. So I watched him go through that process of slowly handing things over to me and start to mentor me. I moved into his office just so I could hear his conversations and be a part of his every phone call. And that's basically how I was mentored. HR was more school. I got my degree and I did it all on, through working on the job. And then through my dad, as he was the biggest mentor in my life, still is today. And so watching my grandfather pass it to my dad and to my uncle, and then my dad to me, and now it's just my uncle and I who are on the day-to-day operations. So he's CEO, I'm COO, and so anything operational-wise, I love production. I love people. I love working with our people to make things happen. And he's always been more on the sales and service side of the business. But we talk about succession planning. That's what I'm speaking about in 2 weeks. Our industry is very prominent with family-owned companies like ours throughout the country. And so it's a big topic, succession planning. How do you hand it from one generation to the next successfully? So many companies fail at the third generation, which is me.
No pressure.
No pressure. I feel like I'm doing okay so far. But it's a big brunt to carry, a big thing to, and the generational differences between their generation and mine, totally different. I'm more of a risk taker. I'm more of a make a decision now and then we'll tweak it as we go. They're more of a let's ponder and let's do some research. And I'm like, nope, let's go. Let's get it done. And it's just a different management style. Hopefully it's a good one. So far it's been good. But it's definitely something that over the years, I didn't look at it as a job really ever. And I feel like I worked so much harder being part of a family company because I had skin in the game.
Yeah.
And I didn't start to become ownership. I didn't obtain shares until I was late 30s. So it still always was a thing, like this is my family's legacy and I want to see it succeed going forward, something that I could hand over. And people have been with me. I've had 5, I think, retirements in the last 2 years. Not many people retire from jobs, and to have that many from production to an executive VP to route people, multiple different areas of the company is something I take a lot of pride in, where we are their last employer before they sail off into the sunset, So it's really cool that people choose our company to end their careers at.
That's awesome. I mean, like even just hearing this, I'm like, this is a perspective that, I necessarily might not have even learned about unless I talked to somebody who, was in a family business. I think for a lot of us, like I would say like millennials or a younger generation, shout outs to you, the producer. We don't necessarily see that. It's more like, okay, what's the best opportunity I can have?
Right.
And we kind of jump around finding different things, but to think like, oh, I could have a business and pass it on. Like that's not, I don't even think I've ever thought of that. Like, oh, I could do that. But to hear like, just the excitement that you have talking about it, then also you passing it on to your daughter, like that's so cool. Like, it's one of those like, I don't know, heartwarming sort of things, but it's really awesome.
Good. Well, thank you.
Yeah. So you live in Kalamazoo?
Yes.
So how does living here in the Kalamazoo community influence your leadership, your decision-making, and your long-term vision for CLS?
Okay. Well, we are the largest independent family-owned textile rental company in the state of Michigan. So I take a lot of pride in that. We have a lot of independently owned and national competition here in the state of Michigan. We're very competitive because we have the Great Lakes. You can't easily cross a lake with a route truck, whereas, there's a lot of other people that don't have as much competition just because we're surrounded by water. And being in Southwest Michigan has been my home. I left for a period of time, which I also feel is a good thing to do, even though you want to enter a family business, is to leave. Because sometimes you take it for granted, So I left for 3 years, moved to New Hampshire, moved back when my son was born. and I've been back ever since. This community, Michigan is such a beautiful state. I feel like we take it so for granted. The seasons from, it was so long this winter. Oh, I'm so tired of being cold.
That's why we take it for granted.
I know, but today is beautiful. And I have a small pond at home, and I have ducks, and I just love watching them swim around now. They're so happy to be out of their coop, and they're just quacking all the time. But we are part of Michigan. I mean, our company is Michigan. That's on our logo even. It's the state of Michigan. We have 7,000 customers that we provide products for and services. And to be able to go across the bridge even a little ways up into the UP, lost my train of thought. But Michigan is who we are. We do service some customers in Indiana, Ohio, and a little bit of Illinois, but not much. We really focus on Michigan. We want people to feel the local feel from our company. And that's why we have multiple locations. We have, throughout the state, Saginaw, Alpena, Cadillac, Grand Rapids, and Livonia. So we have those locations, those branch locations, so they can still feel like it's a local company. Granted, everything is produced here in Kalamazoo, or for the most part, but then we distribute it such that they don't feel that. They feel like the guy in Alpena is the one who takes care of me. They don't know it comes from 6 hours away down here in Kalamazoo, because it's seamless. That's for us to figure out. They don't need to worry about that. They just need to make sure they have their uniforms for their team members to operate safely. And so we're not leaving Michigan. We love this state. We do as much as we can to give back to the community. The event that we took part in on last Friday in Cadillac, we donated all the tablecloths, all the floor mats, so we can be a part of that. And that was an educational opportunity for the Cadillac area. And it's really neat that we can do that on different levels. And people walking in don't even think about the tablecloths. But when we walked in, just watching my daughter, she was with me, how proud she was. All these tables were ours, and they came over and said, "Thank you. Last year we had plastic on the tables." So to have actual tablecloths, it really elevated the event. And just to see her beaming about, "Oh, that was so cool that somebody came and recognized us for something that we take for granted because we do it every day." The Radisson is our customer, 3,000 tablecloths a week. That's a lot of work, but it's so cool that we can participate in all those events on every table like that. So Michigan is who we are. We try to participate in as many things in the community, volunteer, donations, golf outings, of course. I mean, who doesn't love a good golf outing, right? We also give back through an annual fundraiser. This year's our 10th anniversary fundraiser in memorial of my grandfather who passed away from cancer. And so we have raised over 9 events. This will be our 10th event this summer, $356,000 through our vendors and our team members through fundraising activities to donate to the American Cancer Society. So that's the way we can give back. That cancer affects so many people. It's such a terrible disease. And we're doing our little part, raising $50,000, $60,000 a year, and rallying our team members around that cause every year is a really big deal to us. So this is our 10th year. We're excited to hopefully eclipse $400,000 in donations. So
congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
And it just ties into there's so many things that you don't think about when it comes to a business, specifically CLS. You don't have to do all that stuff. You don't have to.
I know.
But you do anyway.
We love it.
Yeah. It ties into what are your values? What are your principles? Could you actually tell us a little bit about the values and principles that you have in your company, and then how those help it thrive over generations?
Yeah. Our core values are commitment, caring, relationships, and integrity. That's what our company lives by. And if we do those simple things, they're not that hard. You just need to be consistent in doing them, and you need to practice what you preach. And for us to come into a company and take care of their needs, we're not always the cheapest. We know that. Our customers know that. But we take care of them 100%. You can price shop us all day long, but we're the ones that if you need something at 4:45 or on a Saturday, we'll be there for you. Whereas somebody who is maybe a lower cost isn't always able to provide those values. So that's something that we take a lot of pride in through our team members, our hiring process, our onboarding process, and all the way to our customers, because it's all about people. You know, we look at our company and we have what we call a why statement. It's like a stool, right? Stools have at least 3 legs. This stool in our case has 3. It's our team members, our communities, and our customers. It takes all 3 for our business to be successful. Our team members we consider the heartbeat of our company. You know, you go on a Sunday, nobody's there. Nothing's getting done. It happens when the lights come on and everybody shows up to, you know, process the products that, you know, the company comes alive. And that bicycle chain starts from passing it from our team members through all the departments over to our route members, because our route team are customers of our production team. And then our route team services the customers, keeps them happy, keeps them paying the bills, which then goes right back to being able to buy equipment and products and services and then supply employment. So it's this whole bicycle chain. If one portion of it breaks down, the whole thing falls apart. You can't run your bicycle that way. And so that's something that we really look at when we talk about our core values, just making sure we're hitting all of those areas on a daily basis with our customers, our teams, and our communities.
This is good stuff. I'm taking notes. Okay, so you talked a little bit like you like to just get things done, right? So being innovative. What does it look like when you're leading a company through innovation, performance metrics, and modernization, but also holding on to tradition? How do you balance that? Sorry,
that's a deep question. We just got serious, man. I need a hot second. I got to wipe my brow on this one. Ooh-wee. No, a lot of it is back to the basics. It, again, is about people. 100%. Take care of your people, they'll take care of you. Take care of the customers, they'll take care of you. So I was just talking with one of my VPs this morning. If you don't set goals and help people, hold them accountable, what are we here for? People just come to work and go home, come to work, go home. What are we aiming towards? So as leadership, you really need to be visionaries, not just talk about the dailies. You need to really think, okay, what's next year? What's the year after that? I don't even know, to be honest, but I pay attention to our industry, to the community, to what our team members are saying, what I'm hearing, and it helps you make your decisions that way. You just need to listen. And I feel like sometimes people forget that. They're so busy to want to give their opinion, so busy to want to solve the problem, where just slow down and listen, help people achieve their goals, because that's what it's all about. Who comes to work every day to say, I just want to be average. I want to be a nobody. Nobody. Does anybody want to live their life that way? No, you want to be known for something. You want to feel good about making a difference. And so when I think of a route sales professional that we have, they run their own business all day. When they leave our building in the morning with that route truck, we don't see them for 8 hours. They are running the business themselves. They're making decisions all day. And all we have to do is give them the right tools, the right encouragement, the right support. And then when they come back, give them a pat on the back. What do you need for tomorrow? And they'll do it every single day. But they have to feel valued. They have to feel that you care. You can't just say it. You have to preach it, and you have to follow through with what you say. And so I don't even remember the question. Hopefully I knocked it out of the park.
You're answering it. So we talked a little bit about like visibility. So, you know, you guys provide the service, provide the things, but how do you trying to figure out how I want to say this. How do you balance making sure people know about the work that you're doing? How does it connect to the Kalamazoo community? And how do you, that connection through like hiring, partnerships, service, how do you balance visibility with the work that you're doing? The questions are really
That's
deep
like
today.
An eight-pronged question.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Who came up with that one? I needed to take notes there, and I didn't bring something to write on. Well, we're driving billboards around all day long with our trucks. We have 44 routes. So every city that they go in and out, people see our name. A lot of them don't know what we do, but hopefully they'll Google it or they'll click on the QR code or something like that and see what impact we're making on the community. So again, we're kind of that silent industry. A lot of people don't know we even exist unless you use our products. So it's one of those things that's okay. You know, we don't need the limelight. We want our customers staying open and thriving to be our success story as well as theirs. So my generation, I want to be more in the out front in the community, like doing things like this. I was so honored to be able to participate in this today and be part of the leadership program and to be a part of, you know, local newspapers and articles. And, you know, last year when we had our 125th, we partnered with the WMU and the art students, and they created a mural for us to commemorate our huge anniversary. And we want to start being more in the community, not from a, hey, look at us, we're super cool and we want to be known, but to give back. You know, we showcased those students and we were on the news, and it made a huge splash for the university, for the students, and of course for our team members to think that was, you know, really cool. You know, we've been doing a lot more on social media through LinkedIn, Facebook, and we want to do 50-50 showcasing our people and then our customers in our community. Because again, it's all about the people. And people are our customers, and you know they like to see themselves. They like to hear about themselves. They like to see the impact that they're making in the community. And so technology is changing. So a lot of people, I've been saying a lot. I've been noticing that. I'm usually more of an eloquent speaker.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm fumbling with these questions.
Do you? Anyway, well, social media, again, is something that I did it again. Did you hear that? I'm distracting myself now.
It's fine.
So it's something that we can use as a tool to help get our customers' name out there as well as ours. And knowing the tech center is going in and the event center is coming in and all the things that, you know, we're being renowned for here in Kalamazoo, I want to be a bigger part of that going forward so the younger generations know who we are. We don't have this amazing industry. I mean, it's dirty laundry. But you know what? We're vital. We never shut down during COVID. We were essential. Yeah. We still brought, you know, things to nursing homes and to doctors' offices and all the people that had to come to work every day. So did we. And that is really neat that we were that important that we didn't shut down. We kept operating. And for our people to see that, like, wow, I didn't realize how important the industry is that I work for. And so we try to do family events, celebrate our birthday every year, you know, bring our team members in and let them show, hey, this is the truck that I drive and this is the piece of equipment that I stand at. And it's just really cool that they want to see that and they want to be a part of that. And we want to share that, you know, because again, it's the visionary piece of it is not just what we're doing today. It's what are we doing tomorrow and how are we impacting the future generations, the future industry here in Kalamazoo and through the greater Michigan area. So, yeah.
I'm going to ask you a simpler one.
Okay, good. I like that.
What do you believe sets CLS apart?
We like to have fun. I think a lot of businesses focus so much on the business, making money, making sure they dot all their I's and cross all their T's. People leave their homes every day, leave their families to come to work. We get it's a job, it's a paycheck, but I want you to enjoy where you're coming. I want you to feel valued. I want to put a smile on your face. You know, we did an Easter egg scavenger hunt a couple weeks ago. It's just something silly, but people were so excited for the opportunity to win a free lunch. That's all it was. But just a minute of taking a step away from their normal day-to-day and enjoying, you know, the people that they work with and doing something fun that way. And the fundraisers that we do every summer, you know how many pies that get shoved in my face? All to raise money for American Cancer Society. Yeah, dunk tanks, and we do all that stuff because you know what? I'm willing to sacrifice myself to put a smile on my people's face because I want them to enjoy who they work for, know who they work for. So many executives and presidents of companies don't care about the people. And it's harder and harder as I continue to move up in the company to make sure I still remember names and stuff like that. But just walking around and giving smiles every day is really, really important. And I feel like a lot of people lose sight of that. They just look at the business portion of it and not realize the impact that other people are making on their business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to give a simple thank you and I appreciate you and a handwritten note. I still write out birthday cards. Everybody gets a handwritten birthday card. I write like a cave woman. I don't know if they can read it, but I at least try. I need to take penmanship again. Is there a class for that?
Probably.
I definitely need some help there.
We'll have to look into it. Maybe the Kalamazoo Institute of Arts or something.
Yeah, there you go.
It.
I should do something like that.
Okay, a little change of pace.
Okay.
If you could change one thing about the greater Kalamazoo community, what would it be?
The greater Kalamazoo community.
Or Kalamazoo.
Does this have to be realistic or just...
No, just whatever you want.
I would eliminate all construction forever and ever and ever and ever. If I never have to see another orange cone.
That would be really
I know it's not realistic because I want the roads to be fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
It's a struggle.
Yeah.
They
But
need fixed.
realistically, let's see. If I could solve any problem here in Kalamazoo. Obviously, the homelessness is a big deal. And affordable housing isn't affordable. We learned a lot about that in the Greater Leadership Kalamazoo Best Class Ever 2024.
Best
Whoop, whoop.
class ever.
We even have it
Just
out.
feels right. I'm sorry. It just feels right saying it. I said it earlier today, too. Anyway. We can keep going.
Yeah, we're the coolest. Anywho, we even have a homeless community in our industrial park all the way out where we are. And we've had a lot of break-ins into our vehicles. And, I get people are struggling. I just wish they could have different resources or take advantage of those resources. Maybe they don't know what they are. Maybe their pride gets in the way. Who knows? But I just wish we could solve that issue. And I know it's not a light switch. I know there are a lot of smarter people working on it than me. But I definitely feel like the homeless community is a big focus that I'd like to see, moved along.
Yeah.
If at all possible.
There's a quote or a saying that's the real test of a community is how well they take care of their most vulnerable population. And that could be the test of Kalamazoo is how do we respond?
Absolutely. It's a good one.
Okay. You answered some of these questions already, so I'm trying to weed out the bad ones.
The bad ones.
What are some of your favorite aspects of living and working in Kalamazoo?
Well, I've been here basically my whole life, so I've seen it change a lot. I love the art scene that we have here. I love our downtown isn't as vibrant as like Grand Rapids. It's not as big, but it's still pretty cool. It's quaint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's been really interesting to see as businesses change over, like what's coming into town and what's next. And just being involved through the food scene or the concert scene, that is something that I've always enjoyed here in Kalamazoo. When I moved away and I came back and Club Soda was gone. Are you old enough to know what Club Soda was? Oh, I totally just dated myself.
I'm sorry.
It was a super
Your
cute.
dad.
It was a super cute little concert venue right here downtown. And I saw so many concerts there. And now I think it's a pizza place or something like that. Anyway, whatever. Nostalgia. I really hope somebody takes over the State Theater and doesn't just tear it down and make it into some sterile environment. It's a staple here in Kalamazoo. We're known for concerts there. So I really hope somebody takes that over and brings it back to its glory because it deserves that. It's really cool. So I like the old historical piece of it. Kalamazoo has been around since what you said, 1830?
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Can you share a proud moment from CLS that maybe is a project or a team win or something that helped you guys grow?
Well, I'm going to take growth in a different trajectory, not growth in so far as revenue. Last year, we started to, typically in our industry, if we have a holiday, we have to work a Saturday because we get Memorial Day off, which is a Monday, and we still have 5 days of delivery. So we deliver Tuesday through Saturday. Well, last year, we finally felt like we were to the point of maturity with our company that we could still squeeze one day into the other 4 days and not work Saturdays. So between all the leadership and all asking everybody's help, how can we accomplish this? Because we have to work 4 longer days. But so people could still have a holiday. You know, we'd have a 3-day weekend and then we'd have a 1-day weekend. And it was just terrible. And that's typically how our industry operates because we're in the service industry. You can't just like not do one whole day of deliveries.
Right.
So last year, our growth, I feel as a company, was focusing on giving people their weekends back. So for all of our people to band together to figure it out was a huge growth accomplishment for us, I feel. And we're doing it again this year. And it's something that I never thought I could do that with 250 people because it's so many moving pieces and so many managers have to be on route and so many production people have to work longer days. But they all see the good in it for them to be able to have the weekends with their family and not have to give up that extra day. They still get the holiday pay and everything like that, but we just work harder on those other 4 days in order to make that happen. We also do an annual state of the company meeting. And we've always done it where the owners travel around and we go to all the locations and we hold individual meetings. Well, last year we used this schedule as a way to get all of our sales and service team together. One time, one whole day, we took everybody off the route. Crazy. You know, we had to move customers around to different days and all this stuff and rent a facility in Mount Pleasant, which was, you know, centrally located. But to see 80-some people in that room where we have a location in Alpena, which only has 4 route guys, for them to realize we're not alone. Look at all these other route guys throughout all these other locations. So to me, the word growth isn't always just in revenue. It's in the maturity, growth in your culture, growth in getting to know your people and what they'll give back to you when they see how hard you're working to give back to them. You know, so to me, I feel like last year was a big culture growth year for us. Revenue growth, you know, that'll come, I feel like, as long as your people are happy, that comes along right with it because the customers stay happy if your people are happy. So they'll pay their bills. That's the goal, right? Yeah. So, yeah.
If you had a golden nugget of advice to give someone, maybe somebody's looking to, you know, go into leadership or a similar role that you have, what would that be?
Have a sense of humor. I feel like I've been able to utilize my sense of humor in many ways to get my point across in a negative way, but in a funny way is a skill. And I feel like a lot of leaders, they don't teach that. They don't teach your facial expressions. They don't teach how you can say it without having to say it a mean way or a direct way. You can say things in so many different ways, and having a sense of humor and being able to flush things, talk through it, be as transparent as you can. You can't always be 100% truthful when you own a business. I get that, which is true. I mean, it's hard running a business. It's lonely at the top. But being vulnerable, I feel like it's a skill that as a leader, you need to learn how to do that with your people. It's okay for them to know you're struggling. You don't always have to put the face on. But it's hard to be vulnerable with your people. And I feel like the skill of being able to have a sense of humor, no, you're not perfect. They see that. You understand that. Hiring people that are smarter than you and being okay with that. You know, I got people to do this stuff. They are better at it than I am. I just give them the support, the time, the encouragement, and listen and, you know, say thank you and that we appreciate what they're doing. So I think I said a couple of different things there. But I feel like leaders are just always focused on, you know, the top of the pyramid. And once I get there, this is how I'm going to be. Well, again, it's lonely at the top, you know, and you want people that want to work hard for you because of who you are, not because of what your business does. But I feel like a lot of people stay with us because they feel cared for and listened to. And so that's something I kind of went all over the place on that one. But it sounds so easy to do, but it's really hard to do. Yeah. It's very hard to be transparent and vulnerable and have a sense of humor, you know.
It sounds like there's multiple levels to it. It's like you started with have a sense of humor to deal with all of these things that you're going to have to deal with as a leader. So,
well, I mean, you have to have thick skin. You're not always going to like what people say and do. People are people. They're going to make stupid mistakes. and so have I. And being able to go with it and, okay, that was stupid. Let's move on. Flush it. Have a sense of humor about it. Be transparent. Be vulnerable. All the things. You know, I can cry in a Hallmark commercial. They know that. I've cried with my people so many times. But I think that's okay. You don't have to have that resilient face all the time. You know, people want to work for people that are just caring and genuine.
Oh, this is good stuff. I'm still taking notes. How can people get in touch with you or CLS to get involved, partner?
Oh, great. Many ways. CLSimage.com is our website. If you want to work for us, you can go to joincls.com. We have a phone number, believe it or not. But yeah, the websites are the easiest place to go to just to look at the careers and look at what we do for our community and the product lines that we have. And yeah, all the locations that we have and things like that. So LinkedIn, we're on everything. LinkedIn, Facebook, all that, all the stuff.
Cool. Do you have any questions for us? I say us because if he has to answer it.
Do you have any questions for me?
Do you? No.
What, you don't usually get involved?
He doesn't like to.
No.
But he has to sometimes.
He's the behind the scenes guy.
Yeah. Do you have questions though?
I went almost an hour. What, I mean, I guess I'm just curious, what, did you start this? Was this your whole brainchild, the podcast?
It was, I'm not going to take credit for it. It was, Dr. John had a podcast.
Yeah.
He used to be with us. He was Deep Dives with Dr. John. And I was like, we need to get these community partners on it, right?
Yeah, doing the deep dive. We do those a lot. Lots of deep diving going on. So true.
But I told him, like, we got all these community partners. We have all these business partners. Like, we need to have them on the podcast. Like, people need to hear about them, the work that they're doing, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And then he was like, well, why don't you do it? I was like, me.
You got that radio voice.
I guess.
Yeah.
Get a little deep.
Smooth jazz with Jonathan
bringing
James.
You nothing but the hits. But
no, I mean, I'm just really proud to be here and to, you know, be the face of CLS for the podcast today. And I think it's really cool what you're doing is trying to connect community partners on a different level. And there's so many different avenues out there. And I just want to participate in as much as we can. And people can come take a look, take a walk through the plant. I love showing off what we do and showing all of our people, you know, that people care about what we do here in the community. So I invite anybody to come for a tour at any time, Monday through Friday, not Saturday and Sunday.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Have you heard of Higher Promise?
Yes.
Do you guys want to be part of?
I would love to.
All right, there
absolutely.
We go. Look at that.
Yeah.
Somebody give me a raise.
Yeah. No, I would love to. I mean, if we can give back and go and speak to students or to their family members about how to write a resume, how to interview, how to dress, how to make good eye contact. You don't always have to have the right answer, but just taking that pause. I had to describe what a pregnant pause was to a few people the other day. Like, what is that?
Pregnant pause.
You know what a pregnant
pause is?
Can you
explain it? Because I don't know if I know what you're talking about.
So a lot of people fill the space with because it's uncomfortable to have a pause or a quiet moment. Well, a pregnant pause is a longer one. That was a pregnant pause.
Okay.
So when you're thinking about something, it's okay to have a longer pause to gather your thoughts. You know, it's part of being composed, which I don't know if I did such a good job today.
No, you
but
did
this was
great.
Very easy going, flowing. I kind of liked it. You got a good vibe going here. I appreciate it very much. But yeah, I'd love to be a part of giving back to the community for sure.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
Is there anything we didn't cover that you want to talk about? I always have to ask just in case. Any shout outs? Like
I just love my people. Yeah. Thank you, CLS. You guys are awesome. No, I don't have anything else. But thanks again for having me today.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
All right, I'll close this out with a little encouragement. So running a business that's over a century old means more than sustaining a name. It means building people, supporting a city, and living out your values every single day.